Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we are diving deep into the burning question which is on everyone's mind and which is, are we heading for a recession in 2025? And which sectors might weather the storm? And most importantly, which sectors could face the brunt of the downturn? And how deeply this recession can impact us and how severe it could be. So, we are going to break down the data, we'll keep it real, and we'll figure out how to navigate this together. So, buckle up. And don't forget to watch this video till the end because this is very, very important. Alright, so are we actually staring down a recession in 2025? Well, if we look at what the big guys are saying, giants like Goldman Sachs are putting the odds of a US recession within the next year at around 45%. Jamie Dimon over at JP Morgan is even a bit more cautious, suggesting a 50-50 chance. They are pointing fingers at things like those global trade tariffs and how they could mess with inflation and overall growth. So now it's interesting to note that while the US seems to be getting some serious side eye from the economist, India is not officially waving any recession flags just yet. But we are not living in a bubble, right? What happens globally will definitely has a ripple effect here. And speaking of ripples, forecast for the US economy in 2025 is definitely showing a slowdown. Our growth easing down to around 2% according to Deloitte and S&P Global expecting something similar. Even our own RBI has slightly trimmed its growth forecast for the next financial year. And here is a point to really pay attention to. The New York Fed president is even suggesting that these tariffs could push inflation up and potentially could lead to higher unemployment in the US. Sectors here in India that rely heavily on exports like textiles and gems could feel the pinch if demand from those tariff hit markets dries up. Thankfully, for now, our own inflation seems relatively under control, which gives the RBI a little breathing room. So we know the picture isn't exactly a sunny beach vacation, but it is crucial to understand how our own Indian market has faced the storms in the past. So let's take a quick look at the history before predicting the future. So let's go back to the global financial crisis in 2008-2009. That was a rough one. Our Sensex took a massive hit, plunging about 60%. But here's the thing. Even with that global chaos, India's economy still managed to grow. And while the financial sector got hammered, the market did eventually bounce back. Then let's fast forward to the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. Another sharp drop of around 35% in just few weeks. Pure panic mode. But look what happened. The market roared back, hitting new highs by end of the year, fueled by government support and vaccine hopes. And interestingly, healthcare and tech actually did pretty well during that time, while travel and hospitality, they had a tough go. Alright, so let's not forget the demonetization in 2016 that caused a quick dip in the market too, as the economy adjusted to the new cash situation. But again, the market stabilized. So, history tells us that while our market definitely feels the tremors of global events and domestic disruptions, it also has a track record of resilience and recovery. So now, for the $1,000,000 question, if things do get a bit rocky, where might our investment will find some stability and where could we even see some potential opportunities? So let's break down some sectors based on how they have historically performed during downturns. So on the potentially stronger side, think about the essentials like consumer staples, your soaps, your toothpaste, your everyday food items. People need these no matter what the economy is doing. Companies like Hindustan Lever and Dabur tend to hold up pretty well. And we saw that in 2008 and 2020. It is simple. Needs meet wants in a tough economy. And then there is a healthcare. Illness does not take a break during a recession. So healthcare services and pharmaceutical companies like Dr. Reddy's often remains relatively stable, and the pandemic really highlighted the importance of this sector. And let's not forget about information technology. While tech can be a bit of a mixed bag, certain areas like SaaS, especially if it helps business cut cost, and cybersecurity will likely to see continued demand. Alright. Now on the flip side, which sectors might face a tougher time? Think about non-essential. When money gets tight, those new clothes or fancy gadgets might be put on hold. Real estate, automotive. So big ticket purchases like cars often get delayed. And anything which is related to real estate can face headwinds with high interest rate and economic uncertainty. Financials. So even financial services can feel the pressure with the potential loan defaults and market volatility. So what's the game plan here? How do we, as smart investors, can navigate this potential turbulence? So here are a few strategies to consider. First up, shift to defensive sectors. As we just discussed, focused on those needs sectors, consumer staples, healthcare, utilities can provide some stability in a downturn. Diversify, diversify, diversify. I can't really stress this enough. Don't put all your eggs in one basket, especially if that market is all equity. Consider spreading your investments across different asset classes. Maybe a mix like 60% stocks, 20% in debt or bond, ETFs like, long-term Gilbis or Bharat bond, 10% in gold and 10% in cash or liquid funds. Gold and government bonds can often act as a counterweight when the stock market dips. This one is crucial. Invest in quality, not hype. In a recession, strong companies with solid balance sheets, positive cash flows, and low debt tend to weather the storm much better than those riding on pure hype. So think blue chip names like Infosys, TCS, HDFC Bank, ITC, and stay clear from those really volatile penny stocks unless you have done some serious digging. Before you even think about investing another rupee, make sure you have a solid emergency fund in place. We are talking about at least 3 to 6 months of your living expenses in a safe, easily accessible place. Losses can happen, and you don't want to be forced to sell your investments at a loss just to cover the basics. This might sound counterintuitive, but stay invested and stay calm. Recessions are painful, but they are also temporary. History has shown us that markets tend to recover. Remember the crash of 2008? The Sensex is many times higher now. If you're in it for the long haul, try to resist the urge to panic sell. Stick to your SIPs. Time in the market usually beats timing in the markets. And finally, look for opportunities in the dip. Recessions can actually create some fantastic buying opportunities for fundamentally strong stocks that get temporarily beaten down. Start making a watch list now. If they take a significant tumble, be prepared to nibble, even if it's just small amounts. So those lows can create significant wealth over the long term. And this is a good one. So bonus tip. Keep a close eye on key indicators like interest rates from the RBI, CPI inflation rate, global news, especially anything related to US tariff and China trade, and our own export and job data. This will help you gauge the overall economic climate and adjust your strategy accordingly. So, there you have it. While the economic horizon might seem a little cloudy right now, understanding the risk and learning from the history and having a solid plan in place can help you navigate any potential storms in 2025. So, do let me know what are your thoughts on the recession outlook. What strategies are you considering? So, let's talk about in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful. And please do subscribe for more insights on navigating the world of finance. Until then, stay safe, stay informed, and I'll see you in my next video.